Hello everyone, it's your boy Genius out at the range today. I have my Sig Sauer P938. This is the We the People edition, 1776, stars and stripes, however you want to refer to it. This is my OG 938. I've had this pistol for about 11 years, I believe. And in light of having been doing the 1,000 round follow ups on quite a few guns recently, I just pulled this one out of the safe. You know, as you probably know if you've watched the channel, I upgraded to the Legion model of this. And so this one's been in the safe now for probably about a year and a half. And I haven't cleaned it or anything. I cleaned it before I put it in the safe, sure. But this is again my OG. I carried it around exclusively until I got the Legion for probably about 7, maybe 8 years. I don't remember the exact time frame. But here in North Carolina, 7, 8 months out of the year, you're wearing shorts. And I wear cargo shorts, and I like to carry this in my DeSantis gun hide pocket holster, and I've crawled around under houses doing HVAC work and stuff like that. I've never felt unsafe with it. It's never knocked the safety off. I've never had a shot to the leg, anything like that. It's what works for me, right? It's what I shoot best with in a small package or a pocket carry, if you will. It's just what I shoot the best with. And so my one of my best shorts is the 938 um, the Legion, and I don't want to say it was controversial, but it created a lot of comments. You know, some people saying, "Oh, that stupid idiot carrying a hammer-fired gun around in his pocket, and you know, is going to knock the safety off. He's going to shoot himself in the leg." All of these other comments. You know how people are. If they don't like to carry it, they don't think you should either because you're an idiot and they're always right. Just the way it is, right? But for me, it's about how easily I can get it out of my pocket. It's not too heavy to carry. It handles and mitigates the recoil like few micro 9 millimeters do. And I just shoot the best with it, you know, in a training application. I've had over 1,800 rounds through this gun. Yes, the guide rod in there is loose after every time I shoot it. That is true, but it has never caused a malfunction of this gun. I simply tighten it back up and go out to the range and shoot it some more. I've never put red Loctite on it, although I should, but I guess the reason I haven't is because it just hasn't caused me any problems. It just hasn't. Now, the Legion, I have been told they put red Loctite on that guide rod. It has never came apart on me as much as I've shot it, and I've had probably around 7 something when I looked at the log at 700 something rounds. I'm not going to put 300 rounds through it today, but I just wanted to bring these out here because they have done good on the channel. Good, bad, or indifferent. Not all of the comments and what people had to say was pleasant, but either way, it's done good. So I figured I'd bring them out today and shoot them a little bit. Again, this one's not been shot in about a year and a half, although it was clean before I put it up. You know, whatever oil was on it then is on there now. I'm just going to take a few shots with it, talk a little bit about it, get my Legion model over there and shoot it a little bit as well. Standing here at about 10 yards. I mean, even people in the gun range, when I would go to the indoor gun range, which I don't like doing, people are inherently idiots in the gun range and makes me uncomfortable, feel unsafe, and everything else. They would see me shooting a very small gun. They didn't know from looking at a distance what it was, but when I would just wear the center of that target out at 12, 10, 12 yards, and they would always want to know what it was. And when they found out it was this, and some of them was like, "Yeah, that makes sense. I get it." And then others was like, "No way, man." But you know, remember, it is a micro, like a genuine, like I'd say a sub micro, if that's such a thing, 9 millimeter. So of course it's going to have a little punch to it, you know, no question about it. But it's about which way. It's not like the DB9 from Diamondback. You feel me? So you know, I've just always done well with this gun, and I mean, in a situation where you would be in a defensive situation. You know, that recoil is not going to matter in that moment. Double tap. Didn't lock back on the mag that time. But again, a lot of times that's me. The slide release does stick way off of this gun. So I am notorious, as you know if you watch the channel, I am notorious for riding the slide lock on guns. So the slide did not lock back on that last magazine, but and I did miss one, you know, sue me, maybe two. I might have missed two, I don't know. Either way, I shoot really well with this gun, over 1,800 rounds, and my hand to God, if there's been, I can't swear because I might get to heaven and find out differently. I can't swear that maybe there wasn't a malfunction that I don't recall, but I don't ever remember having, out of those 1,800 some odd rounds, I don't ever remember having a single malfunction out of this gun. So I'm gonna pick up my Legion here. This is the one again that I've been carrying for the last, I don't know, 4 years, 3.5, something like that. I do have the Crimson Trace laser on here. I also had it on the Stars and Stripes before, or We the People, before I started carrying this. And like I said, the DeSantis gun hide was the holster that worked best for me. You go on their website, they have one on there specifically for the 938 with the Crimson Trace laser. Just pick it up. Either way, there are some differences in the two, other than just the color, of course. But I have a tabletop comparing these, or at least, at the very least, I have a full range of tabletop on this. I invite you to go over and check it out to look at the differences. That's not necessarily what this is about today, but I'm going to see if I shoot a little better with this one than I do the We the People version. I don't know, but like I said, I have been carrying this for the last 4 years or so. It's wild how that, so this one has the green dot, the three dot night sight. The rear's basically black during the day, and then the real bright green. And then, so on a day of overcast like today, the white dot on the We the People version picked up better than the green on an overcast day in the contrast of those woods. So I was shooting just a tad bit low, trying to focus on that front sight. It was kind of blending in with the leaves back there. But either way, there really doesn't seem to be much of a difference in the shootability, as in the recoil feels the same. You know, other than the sexy grips, the flared mag well, the different magazine, you can get these same sights on the other versions of this. I mean, other than that, they essentially handle the same. So if you have one of the ones with the hoe grips and the finger grips in there, or the finger grooves, should I say, if you have one of the basic bare bone models, or if you have the Stars and Stripes, which is basically bare bones, or if you have the Legion model, I mean, technically, because of the grips, yes, it feels a little bit better in the hand, feels like you got a better purchase on it. But as far as just shootability, if you was wanting the 938 and you didn't want to spend the extra coin on the Legion model, because it does of course cost more, totally be good with the just the standard 938. I've had 3 of them. I've had this one, the Stars and Stripes, and then I had the one that they make with the Hogue wraparound grips on there that have the single bump on the front. Maybe it's 2 bumps, I can't remember, as finger grooves. I just never did like that. I like the flat on the front. And so either way, there you go, folks. The Sig Sauer Legion 938 and my We the People 938. I've not carried any other gun in my pocket until the last 6 months or so, and it was the Bodyguard 2.0. But other than that, The one of these two has been exclusively my pocket carry for the last 11 years, up until again about 6 months ago when I broke out when I bought the Bodyguard 2.0, and I did start carrying it in my pocket a good bit. I really did like that gun, but either way, they work, they function. Everyone goes straight to that guide rod every single time, but I'm telling you that guide rod has never caused a malfunction for me. If it has you, I just have to take your word for that, and you have to take my word that mine never has. I wouldn't carry this gun if it malfunctioned. I would have already put some red Loctite on it. And by the way, there's no reason for you to have to take it apart anyway. So just put the red Loctite on it and call it a day. It's never going to come off again because it never has on my Legion model in over 800 rounds. Okay, and I just coming out here to be honest with you guys today. I mean, one day you'll find out if I wasn't anyway, even if you don't know me from Adam's house cat, because we're all going to stand before God. Speaking of which, I hope you know Jesus Christ is your Savior. If you don't, make sure you do. Ask me how you can know. Go over, consider supporting me on Patreon. Help me out a ton in continuing to be able to do these reviews and buy the ammunition to do as much. And I really appreciate the people that are already supporting me over there on that platform. I'm also over on Rumble. And make sure you subscribe. That's the only way I can stay relevant on YouTube, is for you to subscribe, like, set your alerts, all of those types of things. And as always, thanks for watching, and to God be the glory.